Morning, this is a twin flame soulmate divine partnerships reading. Now, if you follow my social media, you know that I've got a few things to say about the issue of like true twin flames and not everybody being one and stuff like that. And I've got some like posts and things to come with that. Nine of Pentacles. I've got some posts to come about this stuff over time, but for the moment, I'm being guided to do these readings as twins, soulmates, and generally any love connection that is here for a divine purpose. You know, maybe things like relationships where, like past life connections, where people are here to work on karmic lessons, things like that. So rather than just label this twin flame, it's going to be sort of divine partnerships. When I say karmic lessons, I don't mean karmic partners either, because that's something completely different. I mean people who are working on lessons, and these connections have got some kind of play in that. Some of the information that I've received has been that a lot of people resonate with these twin flame readings, even though they're not twin flames, because it serves a purpose. It is helping to an extent with people's growth and understanding of relationships and things, and then now this is why the truth's going to start coming out about it all, to separate those things off. But that's for another time, and that's not particularly important for me to go into right now. I'm just kind of laying the foundation for that one before I go into that another time. But for the purposes of this reading, this is for basically divine connections. Now, before I jump in, I wanted to mention my Divine Alchemy twin flame candles, which are on my Etsy store, along with crystal sets and my personal readings. I've started to list some things on eBay as well, but I'm having difficulty with that because they've got limits and things on there that I'm dealing with. So things will gradually start to appear on there. But for the moment, you can contact me through my Instagram or my Facebook to discuss readings. My email address will be in the drop down box. I'm accepting donations. Information will also be in the drop down box. Yeah, so before I crack on, take a look on the Etsy for these. They're pretty special. So yeah, right. So let's see, what energies are we currently dealing with? Let's take a look at the masculine, Judgment. Let's take a look at the feminine. This is, of course, referring to energies as well, not just male or female. You know, a female can embody masculine energy and vice versa. So we've got the Hanged Man, King of Pentacles, and the Moon all showing. That's too many to take. Queen of Wands. When I attempted to do this reading earlier, she showed up then as well. I've had this reading interrupted like 3 times with deliveries and things. Current energy in the connection. This makes sense as well because the Six of Pentacles showed earlier, so we're looking at balance in the material world. Obstacles on the masculine side. 3 of Cups. Don't panic. That's not the third party necessarily being a like another man or woman. This can be, and I've seen evidence of this. This third party energy is interference in a general sense. This is people interfering in various different ways. So if that's showing me what I've been seeing elsewhere, then I know already what that's about. Look, Ten of Swords showing itself. This is betrayal by friends. For some. Right, so energy on the feminine side. So I'm just trying to jump there. 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. Right. So what we've got is I mean, we've got karmic partners and interference over here, so there's no wonder that the feminine's perhaps feeling left out in the cold. However, she is standing in her Queen of Wands energy, which is brilliant. I know already what's going to transpire with this as we go, but this Judgment card, this is the masculine's going to start seeing all the places where there's been these interferences. For some, this can be partners, like ex-partners, things like that. For others, this is it's friends. It can be energy. It doesn't have to be a person. It's like it can be situations and energies. So, say for example, work or a job. You know, they may be in a position where, and I'm thinking it could very well be something like this with the Pentacles being the balance there. It can very much be that this third party energy is manifesting itself through some kind of situation, but the masculine needs to see this in order to understand how these subtle energies are at play. It's all kind of part of the learning curve. Let's see. So, let's take a little look at, I'm going to use another deck. These are all pre-shuffled as well. Let's take a look at Judgment. What else do we need to know about Judgment for the masculine? I feel that for some of the feminines as well, because we've got this Queen of Wands energy, so she's kind of like standing in her power and working on her shadows, which that's another quite big topic actually, shadows, that I feel that's going to come in a lot for the feminine side. With this, she may be kind of struggling through alone, and that's why this is coming in for her with the Two of Pentacles being this bridging energy. You know, she's feeling like, well, there's like an air of belief with it. Queen of Cups wasn't quite ready for that, but we'll see if she makes an appearance again later. She may be sort of struggling through on her own, but it's because she knows she's claiming her power. It's like character building, in a sense, if that makes sense. What do we need to know about Judgment? What does the masculine need to know about Judgment? I just want to make a point here of saying as well, when I'm looking into this masculine energy, this isn't for the feminine to then start. The focus is going too much on what the other person is doing. For me, with my readings, what I'm trying to encourage people to do is to work on themselves. So, when I'm looking at the masculine, it's for the masculine. When I'm looking at the feminine, it's for the feminine. So please, when you're watching this reading, I mean, obviously, you're going to want to sort of see what the other side is kind of up to, but that's not the intention of my readings, mate. The intention of my readings is to show you where you can help yourself. So, what do masculines need to know about this Judgment card? What is Judgment showing the masculine? Knight of Cups. So, this may be that he's, with Judgment being a call to level up as such, this is kind of him needing to step up, to being able to wear his heart on his sleeve, to be able to express his emotions. I'm not seeing this as, because that's another thing as well, I'm not going to be doing my readings with all these butterflies and rainbows, always coming forward, he's longing for you, she's, you know, all this stuff. I think it's a Two of Pentacles showing on the bottom as well. I think it detracts from what's really going on. It puts false senses of security and stuff out there. You'll see anyway as my readings progress. But I don't feel that this is literally he's about to come forward with this offer. This is him learning to. He's coming to the realisation that this is what it's going to take. So let's have a look at the feminine. What is this Queen of Wands trying to tell us? What is this Queen of Wands trying to tell us for the feminine? So, masculine, for you, that is... I don't particularly refer to the meanings that are written on this deck, because I don't know, a lot of them seem to be quite negative, but I've just been drawn to, it says needing more confidence. So very much here the masculine is being called to, like I've just said, you know, he's being called to sort of level up, rise up and find that confidence. What is this Queen of Wands telling us? Yeah, look, the Hierophant. So for the feminine, I do feel that this is learning to work with your shadows for some of it. I don't know, I've got quite a powerful energy coming with this as well. I am feeling that this really is the feminine sort of learning to stand in. The Queen of Wands is very much sort of a spiritual queen. She's a spiritual guide and leader. The Hierophant is also, you know, he has the knowledge, he's the spiritual teacher, So I feel that this is very much a group of feminines who are learning to stand in their power. You know, the coming to a point of understanding the journey and understanding the energy that they've been working with, understanding what... Look, Three of Pentacles at the bottom as well, which is very much sort of the student, teacher and learning card. For some of you, this may mean that you need to apply a little bit more effort into learning about your spiritual path, seeking out a spiritual teacher or guide of some description. But for a lot of you, I feel that this has been very much you devoting yourself to that spiritual journey, and it's giving you that power. You've been working on your shadows. Yeah, very, very sort of independent, strong energy. So, get a bit more information about this Two of Pentacles, the Fool and the Nine of Wands. So yeah, this is, with the Fool, I feel that's learning to trust the universe, and the Nine of Wands is like having fought a hard battle. You know, you've been fighting your way through. I feel this is the feminine energy as well, really, with this Five of Pentacles. She's really, really trusting the universe. It's learning curve that she's been on. It's learning that she's been doing. It's starting to put her into her power. She's been battling through, but she's learning to trust the universe implicitly. It's balancing her out. And I feel that for the masculine side of things, he's needing to learn to trust the universe. He's getting that spiritual calling. You know, he's been asked to level up. So I feel that this is very much for a group of sort of not unawakened masculines, but masculines that are still not where the feminine is on their journey. Right, so let's take a look at this Three of Cups energy. That's an obstacle. Too many to take there, but we've got the Tower showing itself first. Yep, death, transformation, chariot, movement forward, page of swords. Yeah, far too many to take, but kind of confirming what I was pretty much saying there. Let's have a look at this Three of Cups energy. There's going to be a few different ways of regarding this. What is this Three of Cups energy? 2 nines. So we've got 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, a few different things coming through here. We've got anxieties from the masculine here. For a start, that the feminines are standing in their power and is kind of wondering, you know, is kind of wondering, is she off having fun with her friends, you know, not thinking about me type of thing, you know, all the overthinking stuff that's going on. That's for a small group. Masculines, yes, she is standing in her power. Yes, she is putting the effort into her learning. That doesn't mean that she's forgetting about you. Not completely anyway. But she's had to detach, because if you're not stepping up and levelling up, she can't kind of be obsessing over you all the time, you know. She's detaching in order to allow you to you know, progress on your path, because she can't be held back on hers, because you're still caught up in third party energies, or because you're caught up in you know, resisting awakening or resisting certain things. So this is a sign really that the feminine is doing the right thing, because pulling that energy away and detaching is giving the masculine that energy to work on himself. And then obviously, you know, I feel that for some masculines that there's a few things happening here. We've got 2 nines as well, if you've noticed. This third party energy could be about leaving a situation. Could be due to having to hand over a lot of money to a karmic. Would also explain why we've got this balancing out of the Pentacles there. And he's, you know, having sleepless nights about being ruined by it, basically. Also, for some, this energy is an ex causing drama, causing issues for him that he's just not able to see a way out of at the moment. But this is in your head. You've got to, you know, the universe has got your back. If you're meant to be in this connection, which you are, the universe is not going to allow you to, it's not going to allow you to suffer for doing what you're meant to be doing. We've got the 9 of Wands there too, so that's 3 nines. We've got 3 lots of completion going on there. So, yeah, I'm going to dig into that a bit further in a minute with another deck. But let's take a look at this 5 of Pentacles energy for the feminine. Let's find out a little more about this obstacle. Knight of Pentacles showing itself, Page of Wands. 5 of Pentacles for the feminine. What's this 5 of Pentacles for the feminine? Page of Swords. Yeah, it's right, so for some of you it's spying and you're giving yourself, see where we're mirroring here, look, he's thinking certain things of you, you're thinking certain things of him. So yeah, we've definitely got some sort of spying going on, and whatever you're seeing is triggering you. You're not liking it, but it's not what it seems. whatever you're thinking, whatever you're seeing is only painting a small fraction of the picture. It's like I'm seeing the iceberg in my head. You know, only so much is above the surface, the rest is beneath. Explains the mirroring energy from both sides there too. Yeah, so, and I feel that there has been this sort of quest for knowledge and understanding with the feminine, which was detailed here with the Hierophant. So, let's see, dig in a little bit further. Page 1's trying to show itself, I'm not quite ready. This card's already got a lot to say. So if this is the obstacle for you masculines, what is the guidance? Justice. I'm going to take another couple. Knight of Swords. And one more. The Moon. Yeah, so for some masculines, I'm getting, with Judgment and Justice being over here, I am getting that there is there's repayment of karmic debt, there's dealing with balancing the scales. Judgment is like being judged, and Justice showing you where you need to put the work in. Knight of Swords is also the Knight of Swords and the Moon, it's also uncovering these deceptions and these illusions. You really need to be looking beneath the surface and seeing where these interferences are coming in and how these interferences are holding you up. You're not seeing things for what they are. And you're either allowing things in your own mind to cause problems, and sorry to call you out, some of you are doing that deliberately to avoid facing up to what you've got to do, to, you know, some of you are allowing fear to rule. It's Nine of Swords, sorry, in the Moon. Some of you are deliberately doing that because you don't want to. It's avoidance. Of taking this opportunity to level up and healing this emotional stuff. Look, some of you are doing the work. So yeah, with that, masculine, you need to focus on, and this like reflects on the feminine side as well, because what she's seeing, like I say, it was the tip of the iceberg. She's seeing whatever is going on the surface, and this interference and illusion that's going on with it. It's the masculine side where you're not addressing it, you're not seeing it, and you're not realising that it's bouncing back across to the other side, to the feminine. And there are issues and there are obstacles and there are behaviours going on that you need to take the action towards finding out what they are and dealing with them. Whatever this interference energy is, for some of you, like I say, it's your own fears. And just, you know, worrying. But you've got to redress them scales. You've got to use your judgment now, and you've got to find out where this interference is and make the decision to do something about it. So, coming back over to the feminine side, let's take a look over here. What's the guidance for the feminine? Page of Cups. Yep, so you need to remain open. What you're seeing isn't what you think it is. Queen of Swords, allow the truth to come out, use your logic. Don't be deceived by illusions. What else? What else is the guidance for the feminine? Queen of Pentacles. Focusing on yourself and, you know, focusing on finances and career and things like that. It's going to help you get out of this Five of Pentacles energy. Because you kind of have to be, you do have to stand on your own 2 feet. You've each got to be independent. We've got 3 queens over here. So this is really nice energy. You know, this is you know, you're standing in your power, but not allowing these illusions and deceptions and distractions and interferences to mess with you. This really is about standing in your own power and your logic and you know, not allowing outside interference. See the truth for what it is. Because this, whatever you're doing here, it's leaving you out. It's leaving you feeling pushed out in the cold. It's going to affect your ability to stand in this Queen energy. You've got to focus all on you. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own power. Deal with your shadow side. Deal with the illusions that are going on in your head that you're telling yourself. Work on your own stability and independence and, you know, your work, whatever your mission is. So, this said, we've got our guidance on both sides. What is the highest outcome for the connection? So we'll see what is the highest outcome for the masculine. In fact, I'm going to take another deck. What's the highest outcome for the masculine? He puts his effort in to see through these interferences, illusions and deceptions. It's like the truth is coming out. The truth is, you know, you'll find it. I mean, for some people as well, this could be like old stuff. If you've not been in communication for a while and you've got people coming to you telling you, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, don't listen. You know, it's third party energy designed to get between you. And make no mistake, in some of these cases, people know what they're doing. So look, High Priestess, 10 of Cups, trusting your intuition, powerful psychic insights, happiness and wish fulfillment, you know, love, blessings. You've been allowing your anxieties and these interferences to block you from your intuition, but things will become clear. You'll understand exactly what's going on, and it's going to put you on a road to getting this happiness. I mean, if this third party is an ex, what I'm getting with this as well is it sort of saying, you know, if this person's attempting to hold you down, you know, like, oh, you can't see the kids, this kind of thing, the universe ain't going to let that stand. Not a chance. So you've got to stop allowing these fears. You need to stop allowing these fears to hold you back. You're allowing somebody else to control you. Part of that may be because your own fears of the connection and everything else. You know, it's kind of a comfort zone that you need to get yourself out of. But you need to start seeing the truth of things for what they are. 2 knights on your side, that's you taking action. There's only you can do that. You need to start seeing the truth for what it is. All of a sudden, everything's going to become clear. Once this energy is outed, you'll understand what's going on. So, what's the highest outcome for the feminine? Stop spying and start seeing things clearly and focusing yourself. What's the highest outcome for the feminine? There may also be, for some of you, I mean, I'm not getting it strongly, but there may be someone in your midst who's also, because we mirror, don't we? So there may be someone in your midst as well who's trying to mislead or hoodwink you as well, you know, so be aware of that. So King of Swords, you know, wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity. A situation that calls for honest and open communication. You really are being called to stand in your power and your logic with this. To know and understand that not everything is as it seems on the surface. And once you do that, you're going to be, you know, you'll be in this King of Swords energy. You'll cut out all the fear, doubt, negativity. And again, for yourself, you'll see clearly. For you, it's the logical energy, which is interesting. It's the masculine, the King of Swords. And then for you masculines, we've got the feminine energy. So yeah, that's interesting. So what energy will this then, if both sides follow the guidance, how is this going to leave the energy of the connection? Strength. You'll have both learned lessons. It's an opportunity to level up in some way. It's an opportunity to grow from what you've learned, putting your experience down to... I feel as well that for some it's kind of like finding out the truth of whatever the situation is on it. This is like both sides, because this is a combining sort of energy. Oh, that 2 looks like an 11, and I put the 11 directly under it as well. This is sort of seeing from, you'll learn your lessons from it. There's very much lessons to be learned on both sides with this. This is a growth energy on both sides. And to me, I'm seeing this as like an opening the door for the connection to grow. It's by no means, like some kind of union energy or anything like that. In fact, I'm not really even going to talk about union energies, because like I say, I don't want to start telling people, oh, union's around the corner and blah, blah, blah. You know, even when it is, you've still got growth to do. So my readings are focusing on that angle. But this is very much allowing the connection to move into a state where you can both understand it better and be able to move through what's coming up in a way that you can utilise the lessons and bring it into the connection. You bring the learning curve that you've both had. You're kind of like understanding things from the other's perspective, almost. So yeah, it's still an energy where there's growth to be done, but that is going to be life. You're going to have that throughout life. It's, you know, learning to walk away from drama or learning to see beneath the surface of things in order to trust yourself more, if that makes sense. So yeah, divine partnerships, that's where we are with that. Thank you.